Well, that should be interesting. That should be interesting. Nothing like walking a little dog on a pink leash, let me tell you. It's just what it is. So, Pisces won the game before it even began with Archangel Michael protection. Well, how does that work? Come on, little dog. You're in the street. How does that work? I don't understand. I don't understand. How does Pisces won the game with divine protection from Archangel Michael before it ever began? Well, let's see. That's the thing. And I haven't even watched it yet. I really didn't care. I know to celebrate every win. And it's just what it is. I mean, 5-star Jesus should have told him that. But they don't listen. They don't listen. Come on, little dog. Come on. Let's go. I mean, die, my friend, with the sins of the father. That should have told him. That should have told him. But no. They didn't want 5-star Jesus Reiki. They didn't want past life regressions with QHHT. Happy, healthy, die, my friends. Nope, they didn't want any of that. They wanted to play games with the divine, and it's what it is. And then the universe sends us pushing up Daisy. Now, I would assume, and you know me, every time I assume, it makes an ass out of both of us. Come on, little dog. But if you get pushing up Daisy, that takes you down into the animal realm. And it's what it is. I mean, didn't you ladies say they did animal sacrifices? Oh, cool. That's the Rainbow Bridge. That just heightens our abilities. And it's what it is. I mean, with the whole aspect of angelic Reiki, it's basically tell the angels what you want, sit back and watch the magic happen. And they do. It's amazing how spirit works through everyone. You'll get one group. That's what it is. And they don't even realize what they're doing. You wake up this morning, the first thing Pisces reading says is groups of demons and Jezebel spirits are, bribing the collective with whatever money they siphoned off of Pisces, right? And then you go right to a reader that I promoted, one that I knew would take the bait. Because at one point it was, they tried to clip an Earth Angel's wings, and then today it was, trying to destroy the devil. Well, which one is it? Your message is getting construed. Right? Is it the divinely protected Earth Angel, or is it the devil that gave you the bribe? Pisces busted her out before she ever did the reading. Well, we knew that would happen because our skills are that good. That's why we promoted her. And what do? They go right to her. They don't think. None of them do. That's what it is. One of the best things about being a human lie detector, watching people try to cash in on the spiritual community, they're narcissists. That's what it is. They think they're holier than thou and better than anyone else, and da-da-da-da-da. And you know what they're going to do before they do it. So you let them. What does that do? More divine intervention. It's just what it is. I think, and plus, it's the difference between someone using illusions, technological illusions. I believe someone quoted the term inorganic ones because they're not authentic. And those people, basically, that's your Darth Vader energy. That's in the collective as well that took the bait, trying to control the divine with cash and prizes. And that was the one thing. any of us that have a divine connection know that being of service is always better to give than to receive. You know, I mean, the three kings, they dug for 20 years. They dug for 20 years. You can't get that out of a reader that has to have makeup and, you know, more gadgets, bells, and whistles for their reads. It's just what it is. However, Chicago was on point, talking about fires in Texas, a hot spot in Texas. I walked through the fire, so I'm not really concerned about that. However, the hazard was high winds, and it was a mistake that they put it out, and okay. Well, I mean, Chicago called hot spots in Texas. You get a hazard from Karma County, because it would be Karma County at this point. And I mean, you got to keep in mind there was weather manipulation in the cards on my birthday a couple years ago when a tornado hit the town. So that's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I'm not concerned with the actions of these evil people. That's what it is. And that's the thing. They don't like your free spirit, Pisces. You're unpredictable. Well, I mean, when Pisces has the rare ability of walking between the worlds, and you walk right down the middle. You walk right down the middle of good and evil. And then both sides are basically eating shit. It's just what it is. It doesn't matter. Both sides are eating shit. That's what it is. Follow the yellow brick road. It's just what it is. That's the thing. You tell the angels what you want, and then you sit back and watch the magic happen. What was the magic we learned today? You wake up to a divine Pisces reader talking about the devil bribing large groups of people, and you know, and that's in Los Angeles. Then what do you get in Chicago? Every ill intention that comes across the path of the divine light earns them a day out of the light. Well, that's concerning. That's concerning. I don't know how people are going to feel about that. It's what it is. But it was cool to see Pisces Kingdom follow it up with Pisces WTF, Archangel Michael Divine Protection. You won before the game ever started. And that's just what it is. When I hear that, and I haven't even listened to it yet, but she's pretty much on point. She's one of the better readers. It's what it is. I mean, if that be the case, well, then they were playing games with people's lives. We were playing the game of life for the highest good of all, and they were playing games with people's lives. That's how they lose every time. That's how they lose every time. That's what it is. Every time I get involved with coming back into society, you run into these folks. And that's what it is. Can't do anything about that. They didn't want to deal with it when they had the chance, and now karma is dealing with them and they have no chance. Works for me. Not concerned with that at all. You're trying to stop the ascension path in another. Well, that absolutely stopped their ascension and all of their followers. Prove me wrong. Let me ask, angels, archangels, ascended masters, divine white light, did trying to stop the ascension path in another cause their path to stop with them and all involved? Yes, look at that. Don't you love that divine connection? That's what it is. I mean, you're talking about people who just stepped into the unknown on YouTube because they wanted to make a life for themselves, and then, you know, they start losing money, they start getting into competition. Well, okay, cool. So they're not for the highest good of all. Their drama, absolute drama. Well, what happens in that situation? Okay, cool. God used the Earth Angel as bait to see how they would treat that energy. Okay, great. Now they're all afraid of that energy, coming after that energy. And I agree with Chicago. They're losing days in the light. That's what it is. Karma at its finest. Karma at its finest, because there's nothing beautiful than to hear a reader first thing this morning, talk about how the devil's last ditch effort was, to use Pisces money that they had siphoned off of the divine to bribe people. So that was just what she said. She said, that's the sad part. They're using your money to bribe the people. That's what it is. So yeah, and now, okay, great. So now their lives are going to crumble because they needed a quick buck for makeup. Is that what it is? It's all right. Well, we knew they were going to do it before we ever said what a great reader they were. That's what it is. They took the devil's bait and had a chance. Beautiful how that works. Beautiful how that works. And when you know what they're going to do before they do it, that just makes you a better intuitive. Makes them stupid, makes you a better intuitive. So it's what it is. It's what it is. And I mean, that's the easiest way to spot a narcissist that is cashing in on the spiritual community is you contact them, you tell them that you need them for something, and they run like hell because they're triggered demons. Just what it is. Right now everybody's trying to figure out how to expect the unexpected. Everyone's trying to figure out, oh God, what's going to happen next? Well, that's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. I would assume that all of those that had any part of crimes against humanity, well, all of their ill intentions toward that energy, consciously or unconsciously, is costing them days in the light. I can agree with that. I mean, that's what it is. I know the universe gives you every possible chance. And I mean, and you said it perfectly. She was like, focusing on your healing. If you heal, they don't. And it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be large groups of men trying to control a healing energy because they have got themselves stuck in bondage to the wheel of karma. Okay, great. That's what it is. That's what their souls signed up for. Can't do anything about that. And what do? They bribe tarot readers to take with them. Just what it is. And then I would assume that reader is taking all of her followers into the false light. That's what it is, because they don't care. They don't care who they hurt. They think it's a good idea at the time, but they're just basically unaware. So that's fine. That's what I mean. You sit back and you tell the angels what you want, especially when, having a good understanding of Islamic tradition, Christian tradition, Dolores Cannon, all of these, every religion is a perfect tool for how to do the right thing. And it's the exact opposite of what they do. Exact opposite of what they do. So that's what it is. That's what it is. Every aspect of the Earth Angel's life is coming into balance. Okay, what does that mean? Well, I would assume that means the devil's doing everything he can with their illusions and their lies. And I'm no better. I mean, I promote the reader that I think is going to take their bait, because I know they will. And then that gives Pisces a good idea of who to trust. Just what it is. Just what it is. Because I mean, now what are we going to run into as a final outcome? Painful permanent endings on those that went up against the divine white light. Well, that's horrible. That's not for the highest good of all, but that's the choices that they made. So, I mean, that's up to popular belief on what is for the highest good of all. That's what it is. I mean, when you get Pisces down to pushing up Daisy, chances are that's just and then they don't care. Because that's how they look at karma. They look at karma as staying out too late. And I mean, you can hear it in their voice. Those are readers that are basically creating drama. They're creating an addiction in the people that feed off of them. That's what it is. They're attention whores. That's what it is. That's what it is. I mean, the minute you know that they're trying to silence the truth, and then I mean, for real, that's Hawk Tuah girl. As far as I'm concerned, they're taking advantage of where did Hawk Tuah girl end up. That's what it is. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about Hawk Tuah girl ending up in the devil's wheel. That's what it is. I mean, how y'all doing? However, it should be fun. We'll cut it off at 17 and 17.